And we're back, Mike Cernovich, Cernovich.com. For those of you who don't know me, been under a little attack lately. A lot of stress. And if you read the fake news, they go, oh my God, Cernovich, he's just exhausted, you know? He's just, you know, can't handle it. Can't handle it. So obviously, they are wrong. So what I want to talk today about is lifestyle, how to live a better life, how to just endure what other people will tell you is impossible to endure, how to just go hard and be strong every day. Because that's what we do. Every day we go hard. So I wrote an article for you. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Cernovich.com. Let's talk about, you know, because people go, oh, what's the news? You know, everybody wants the news all the time. You can't run at the level that I run at if you don't take care of your body and your mind, and everybody needs to take care of their body and of their mind. That's what we're here to talk about. Hold on, are we on Periscope? So the way I put it is, the harder you work, can you see it okay? You can see it okay, all right. The harder you work, the harder that you have to rest. So the biggest mistake most people make is they go, oh, you know, I've been working hard and now I need to veg out. Don't veg out. You can't. I don't ever veg out. I work every day. Work my butt off every day. Look how fresh I look, by the way. Periscope isn't working for me. I don't know why Periscope isn't working. We always got technical glitches. And you never, you know, people go, oh, you're melting down. Yeah, somebody goes, you're looking different. Yeah, I'm you know, I'm refreshed, people. There's always these conspiracy theories, you know, that I'm losing it. And then you watch a video, you're like, wait a minute. He looks pretty good to me. You know, not to be too arrogant. I mean, I would say looking rather cute if I don't say so myself. Why? Because I've been at a vacation house. Why am I at a vacation house? Because people are trying to harass me at where I used to live, so I had to move to a safe location. So as of right now, people don't even know the town I live in. All right, so we're manual on Periscope. Back to hard work, hard rest. If you're watching me on Periscope, you're just not getting it. It's just the way it is. You have to read. So anyway, the harder you work, the harder the rest. People, these are the best tips that I have for you to be peak productivity. You can work as hard as Cernovich works every day. Even when I'm under attack, that's the whole point. They go, oh, you're stressed out. Most people would have broken by now. They'd be broken. I have 3 cameras. This is annoying. So I have my main camera that's going to YouTube. I have the Periscope camera. And then I have the YouTube. So we got 3. I got it. I got to get this fixed. All right, number 1, Wim Hof breathing. The most important change I made to my life 3 years ago. I learned Wim Hof breathing. My friends, the power of Wim Hof breathing. I don't care if you ever buy a product from me at GorillaMind.com, a company that I invested in. If you only do one thing ever from Cernovich, I mean, I want you to buy Gorilla Mindset and everything. Take the Wim Hof video course. So the Wim Hof video course takes you through the process of the cold water training, the breathing technique, because you know, have you ever noticed that when you get stressed out or anxious, your breathing goes shallow, right? So if you've ever noticed me when I do public speaking, or if you've ever seen me at an event, you might see me just pause for a second. Well, what I'm doing is I'm surreptitiously taking a big abdominal breath, but you can't see it because I'm hiding it. So I'll be talking to you and then I'll pause, And what I'm really doing is absorbing a bunch of oxygen and air into my body to become fully oxygenated. So what happens is when you're under stress, you're under pressure, your breathing becomes shallow. How you doing, Sabrina? Good to see you. Your breathing becomes shallow, right? You become, and then your thinking, right, is affected. Your pattern of speech. You notice that when people are nervous, they talk fast. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. I got to talk as fast as I can because I feel like I have to get out all the points, right? Well, that's the breathing, because your pace of speaking is going to be determined by your pace of breathing. So the Wim Hof breathing is foundational to public speaking. It's foundational to stress. It's foundational to every area of your life. Every area of your life, right? So that's the Wim Hof breathing. Now, how do you do it? Well, the guy has a course out. The Wim Hof breathing course. And by the way, I had discovered some of the Wim Hof breathing, but before I knew about Wim Hof, this is 20 years ago. 20 years ago. I was doing PT, physical training, Fort Gordon, Georgia. And I needed to get my 2-mile run time down to do well on my PT test. So I went to Fort Gordon, Georgia. I ran the track. And when I was done, I was exhausted, right? And then when you're exhausted, you want to just lay down, right? You want to just lay down. And I'm so tired. What you do, though, is you do very disciplined, very deliberate breathing when you're under a lot of stress. Some people are saying this is boring. Those people are losers and they will never be successful. Go read about Trump, Diet Coke on CNN, right? So what happens is that once you control your breathing under a stressful environment, like being in an ice bath or doing cardio, then in real life, when you are under stress, you are able to take control of it. So that's where the Wim Hof breathing comes into what I call the anxiety attack drill. The anxiety attack drill is something that I invented myself a long time ago, and it varies, but the way to do it is you do trap bar deadlifts because you don't want to injure yourself. And of course, doctor supervision. You do trap bar deadlifts. There's some kind of exercise where you're so out of breath that you when you do hard cardio, the thump, the thump, the thump, right? Have you ever done cardio so hard? You run a 400 meter or 200 meter that you can feel the blood pulsating in your head, the thump, the thump, the thump. And then when your gums ache, Tabata intervals, for example, Tabata intervals or any kind of thing like that. So you do very, very intense cardio. And then when you're done, you're like panting. So what you do in that moment, and I do this with hill sprints too, is when you feel like you're out of breath and you're panting, then you do the breathing exercises to control your breath. So instead of just naturally letting your breathing be out of control, you consciously bring your breathing into control. You consciously bring your breath into control. And then when you do that, one, you feel better after the exercise, but two is when you become stressed out in life and you're like, oh God, things are stressful. Well, you're able to resist and fight that anxiety attack, right? There's an expression called drillers are killers, right? Because you want to drill things over and over and over and over again. And then when you find yourself in that moment in life, you're prepared for that moment in life. So what you do is you control your breathing. You drill your breathing under stressful environments. And then when life throws stress at you, you've drilled for that moment so many times that you don't lose control of your emotions. You don't lose control of your faculties. But you got to be drilling every day. You just exhaust yourself, control your breathing. I call that the anxiety attack drill, right? You do an anxiety attack drill. Another thing I like to do, far infrared saunas. You can also do Wim Hof breathing, various breathing in the sauna. You can do it anywhere, cold, hot. The whole point is that you're controlling your emotions in a controlled environment. That's what I mean by drillers are killers, right? So in a controlled environment, if you can't control your breath in a controlled environment, then when life, which is an uncontrolled environment, smashes you in the head, you're done, right? It's over. If you're in the army or you've infantry, you do battle drills, right? If you're a police officer, SWAT team, you do battle drills. If you're a wrestler, you drill that same single leg takedown over and over again. If you do jiu-jitsu, you drill that guard sweep over and over again. Somebody's on the back over and over and over again. Thousands of times you drill these moments, right? So the same is true of psychological stress. You want to put yourself in a controlled environment, a safe space, if you will, where you're physiologically under intense stress. But it's a controlled environment. Like, you're at your own house and you you run up a hill and then you get to the top and you're like, oh God, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I feel sick or whatever. But in that moment, you take control of it because you're in a safe space. It's gonna be okay. And then when the real world hits you and the uncontrolled chaos of life hits you, then you're able to control it because you've drilled that moment over and over. Just like in my own brain, I've drilled the most excruciating, that's why haters bring stuff up. In my own mind, I've drilled the most excruciating, crucible-like attacks on me. Fabrication, you name it. In my own head, anything on the internet that somebody said about me, even the lies and the vicious lies, in my own head, I know 10 different ways to answer anything you could ask me. Anything that you bring at me, I've drilled over and over and over and over again. Thousands of hours on the mat inside my head. That's how you have to live your life. You're constantly drilling. And then when you get hit and life comes after you, you're prepared for that moment, right? You're prepared for that moment. You're prepared for what is about to happen. And life is going to come at you. I don't know what to tell people. Life is going to smash you. It's coming for you, right? And you want to train every day of your life for those big moments. And then moreover, that's how you level up in the game, right? Because life is going to come at you because guerrilla mindset and the Cernovich mindset is based on two levels of the game. Defense and offense. Here's what I mean by defense. Defense is life is going to come for you. You're going to get smashed in the face. And when that happens, be prepared, right? That's the things that happen that are just out of your control. How to deal with that, how to play defense. Offense is, okay, well, what about when I want to make a move? How do I make a move with ferocity? How do I make a move with ferocity, right? And just focused aggression, focused intensity. That's the offensive mindset. That's because the same skills apply. The breathing works here's what I say when I'm in the zone. Over and over and over again. I focus my intent. I focus my intent. Over, and then people go, oh, you look angry. No, that's called focused intent. And most people in their lives have never focused on anything, let alone focused all of the culmination of skills that I've developed over 40 years of my life and all of the adversity I've overcome and just channeled it like a laser beam. They don't know what to do with it. Focused aggression. Because that's why all these people rage at me. They rage and they flop around, but that isn't focused, concentrated aggression. What I have is I just zoom in and then I just say over and over again, I focus my intent. I focus my intent. I focus my intent. And then as I do that, I'm also changing the code of the simulation, which is a different conversation. But that's how you manifest the reality that you want to live is the stronger your mind is and the more you're able to focus it, you start to rewire the code. And then things just start to happen that you're not even doing because you're changing the architecture of the world we live in. But that's a little esoteric, that's a little different, and that's what not really everybody understands yet. But so when you need to go on the offense, you need these same skills. You need the same principles, the breathing, the meditation, the far infrared sauna. You want your body For example, N-acetylcysteine is a very powerful detox supplement that everybody should be on because it keeps your body from having to fight oxidative stress. I don't sell NAC. You got to go to Amazon, Whole Foods. I don't even people, oh, you're shilling NA. I don't sell N-acetylcysteine. Wish I did, actually, because I'd make thousands of people who read me use it. I'd rather you bought from me, but I don't sell it. You got to go to Amazon or Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or somewhere. And the issue is that you don't want your body constantly fighting stress. You want to give your body the nutrients and nutrition it needs in order to keep you at a higher level baseline, because so much in life is just about raising your baseline to work off of. So me, I work every day at like a 7, right? Every day I work at a 7. And by that, I mean a 10 is like peak performance. A 10 is in the zone, Madison Square Garden. A 10 is what I did on 60 Minutes. That is a 10. A 10 is like maybe in your own life you have 5 or 10 moments that are a 10. A 10 is I went on 60 Minutes and I did that. I will never be able to do that again. That was a 10 out of 10 moment. That is just lightning in a bottle, right? And it is what it is, but I have a lot of 8s and a lot of 9s. So a 10 is just the peak of human achievement. What I did on 60 Minutes was the peak of what anybody could ever do on the media. By the way, I look like Hillary on Periscope. I look like I'm wearing a shower curtain because of how the camera is situated. So I look like I'm wearing a drape. Hold on a second here, peeps. Look like I'm wearing a drape. Here we go. It's better. I had a Hillary Clinton moment for the Periscope people. Look like I'm wearing a shower curtain because of how the shirt is. So, okay, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. You got to have a high degree of self-awareness. So, yeah, you want your body constantly in a state of a 7. A 7 is like a 7 is a normal day for me would be an above average day for the vast majority of people. Every day of my life, we're talking like a 7. And then from a 7, I'm able to jump to the 9 and sometimes a 10. Now, if you're not taking care of your body, you're not meditating, you're not doing Wim Hof breathing, you're not taking the supplements, if you're not detoxing your body, then your normal day is going to be like a 4 or 5. So if you're a 4 or a 5, how are you going to have those moments that are 8, 9, and 10? How can you have an 8, 9, and 10 human experience if your body's at a 5? Because from a 5, you have to jump up to a 10. Whereas for me, I'm at a 7 every day, which means a bad day for me is a 6. A bad day for me is a 5, which is for a lot of people their typical day. So for me, a typical day is how most people live. I'm like, oh man, feel really, really out of it today. So the key is you want to Martha, you're raising your 14-year-old grandson. Well, God bless you. I don't know why you ended up in that situation, but God bless you and God bless your grandson. 14-year-olds are the same. Right, so you are raising your daily average. So for me, it's like 7. And then I have those moments of 8, 9, and then occasionally once or twice a year, a 10. A Night for Freedom in New York was a 10. I've had maybe one 10 moment today. Maybe I should do a separate blog post about peak experience. But for me, A Night for Freedom, New York was a 10. That was against all of the odds. That was like the impossible thing. Nobody said it would be possible, the adversity. And then it was just like an amazing experience. So A Night for Freedom, New York was a 10. And I've had one 10 this year. James Gunn was not a 10. James Gunn was like, I don't know, an 8, maybe 7. James Gunn to me was not. John Conyers last year, that was a 10. 60 Minutes last year, that was a 10. The year before that, the birth of my daughter, that was a 10. But you don't, each year, maybe you have 2, 3 10s a year, maybe. But most people never do because their baseline is so, like somebody says, how do you snap out of a rut? Exactly right. Most people are in a 4. Most people are in a 4. They're just, every day of their life is like a rut. I feel like I'm not going anywhere. I feel like, nothing is, nothing is happening. That's where most people are every day of their lives, right? They are at a 4. They're at a rut. And for me, the way that you get out of a rut, is the same way that you raise your average. First of all, nutrition. I don't sell N-acetylcysteine. I believe that every man and woman, this is not doctor's advice. Again, I don't even sell this stuff. Do your own homework. I believe everybody in the world should be on N-acetylcysteine. It's like dirt cheap, $5 or $10 a month. $5 or $10 a month. I believe everybody should be on N-acetylcysteine. Because that right there will just improve your mood, your mental health, everything that you can think about right there. 100%. To me, that's number 1. Number 2, start taking a cold shower. Why? Because you're conditioning your body every day to do something challenging. Take a cold shower every day because what you're doing is you're telling your body, like, dude, the reason I love cold showers, because, like, they're not that hardcore, dude, but it feels that way when you first start them, right? You're like, oh my God, I cold shower, I got to shower. It's like, it isn't that big of a deal, bro. It really isn't. I know for me, it took me a long time to start taking them. Oh, brr, cold. Because what we're conditioned for is a nice, warm, relaxing shower or whatever. But take the cold shower. You're not going to die. But so that teaches your body right away that you can face adversity every day of your life. You can face this. You're programming your mind. You're programming your mind every day. Every day, you're like, okay, it's okay. You can face adversity. Simple thing. Same thing with the saunas, the spas, and everything. This is how to get out of a rut. How do you get out of a rut? Wim Hof breathing. There's free video on it. YouTube. You don't even have to buy the course. The course is like $150 or whatever. You don't even have to buy it. There's a YouTube thing where he tells you how to do it. Do the Wim Hof breathing, cold water training, cold showers, the anxiety attack drill, because you're reprogramming your body every day. You don't just do this for a week and then everything's perfect. You do this for, a week and you feel better. You do it for a month, you feel really better. And then you do it for years, and then your whole world and whole reality is different, right? You're reprogramming yourself. Every day. Exactly. Cold showers, they reset your body. The far infrared saunas, right? The best sauna in the world if you're in New York. Hold on, let me find it. Here we go. If you're in New York ever, find the Russian and Turkish baths. Get the Plaza if you can afford it. It's worth it. If you're ever in New York, go to the Russian and Turkish baths on, I think, East 10th Street and get the Plaza. They beat the heck out of you with oaks, something else. That will shake up toxins in your lymphatic system that you didn't even know existed. It just, I don't scientifically know the full explanation, but it stirs things out of you that you didn't even know. It gets those toxins right out of you. It really is amazing. So do, Plaza, spa, sauna, the NAC, which again I don't sell. And then, of course, for the ultimate, GorillaMind.com. Gorilla, if you want those peak days, if you've done everything else, that's what I always tell people. If you're doing everything else, then look for the edge. If you're not taking cold showers, doing Wim Hof breathing, if you're not, taking care of yourself, then I'm not really, that much into it. This is for like the next level, right? Gorilla Mind is for people who you really want that edge because you're doing other things. If you're just an unproductive person, it isn't right for you, right? It's for people who they're already, doing it, man. They're already making it happen. And then they really, really, really want an edge. And that's GorillaMind.com, GorillaMind.com, GorillaMind.com. I take the smooth because I don't like a lot of caffeine. Other people take the rush because they like the caffeine. So for that, there's a bundle. The bundle's the best deal. 2 bottles, $50, 25 bottles each. So what I do when I need that really big caffeine boost, I'll take 1 or 2 rush and 3 smooth. But otherwise, I take 3 smooth 5 times a week, some weeks. And then other weeks, I do it twice a day. It really, really, really all depends. And then for people who don't like to take supplements, you just want to look good. Hey, if you've ever taken a serum, if you've ever used the serum that they sell at Amazon with hyaluronic acid, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, $30 a bottle usually for the serum. Gorilla Mind offers a bundle deal where it's $13 per bottle, but if you buy 3 bottles, you get 3 for $27. Now people go, oh, why? Why is it so much of a better deal than Whole Foods? Well, 1, there's no middleman. The middleman and middlewoman is cut out. 2 is we want your business and we're going to raise the price. So we had some labeling mishap. So we want your business. Gorilla Mind rather wants your business. And because of that, you get the best deal. And then the prices are going to go up. So that's why a lot of people are buying 3 of these. They really like it because if a sealed bottle, it'll last for a year. So a lot of people will buy 3, 4, 5, 10 bottles at a time to last them a year for the best deal. But you can get that at GorillaMind.com. But like I always said, you can go to GorillaMind.com. You can go to GorillaMind.com or not. Or not. Do this other stuff. That's the thing. Go to YouTube for free and learn Wim Hof breathing. Take a cold shower for free. Do an anxiety under a doctor's supervision. All this is under a doctor's supervision. Under a doctor's supervision, look at the anxiety attack drill. That's free. Anybody, unless you're unfortunately not in a position to do hard exercise, in which case, you can still do things on this list, right? I'm definitely not ableist. I know a lot of people, veterans and other people, are in different situations. But there are different things you can do. Everybody can take their life to a better level. And the anxiety attack drill, free. Cold showers, if you live in the Western world and you take a shower anyway, cold showers are free. Probably cheaper because the hot water bill. Wim Hof breathing, there's YouTube videos on there. Far infrared sauna, well, you got to pay somebody for that. Don't pay me. I don't do anything with the far infrared sauna. I'm not in the big far infrared sauna industry. Do all that stuff. If you do all that and then you really, really, really want that extra edge, then you can go to GorillaMind.com, GorillaMind.com, pick up a bundle. There's also a lot of people take a sleep aid. So there's Gorilla Dream, which is way better than what they sell at Whole Foods. Again, for a way better price. Whole Foods, they have physical inventory. They have middlemen, middle women, trucking. They have the whole thing. So something like this at Whole Foods would be $30 or $40. Very, very, very underdosed. So just the way it is. GorillaMind.com. Check it out or don't check it out. Your choice. You know me. Thanks for watching. Mike Cernovich. If you want to try this stuff out, go to GorillaMind.com. GorillaMind.com.